Alrighty then, hello, good evening YouTube, welcome back to another video on Kamikaze Games channel. Now today we're doing something very important. So you may have remembered, I'm going to close Discord so that it doesn't confuse anyone. There we go. So you may have remembered, a few months ago, I posted a video titled So, when my hard drive died a valiant death. After over 5 years of stress, daily stress, upwards of 10 hours of being turned on a daily basis. I don't blame the hard drive, honestly. And what resulted was this. The parameter is incorrect. That is a new error. It usually says that it's just corrupted and unreadable. The system reserve part works fine, but yeah, it usually says that it's corrupted and unreadable, basically. And I know this happens to a lot of people, because whenever you search up something like corrupt and unreadable file or directory, something like that, there's all sorts of stuff that pops up here. There's, how many results? 283,000, like, okay? And you have all sorts of videos. Like, that's usually the error that you get right there. And you have people with really long intros and really short videos that just give you basically no information whatsoever. So what I'm going to try and do today is show you, the wonderful people of YouTube, how to recover files from a dead hard drive. So you can't access it. Well, the first thing that you're going to need to do is hook up your hard drive to your whatchamacallit. So, by the way, buy this album, it's fucking amazing. So we're gonna go to my Amazon orders. We're gonna go down to this right here. So the first thing that you're gonna need, if your hard drive is a standard Windows hard drive, they tend to be NTFS SATA hard drives. And this is the one that I got. Okay, so you're gonna wanna be sure that you get one with the power plugger inner thing. This is a great fucking video already. So you need this. This is the most important part, because if you get one with just these, with just the USB to SATA thingamajig without a power cable, well then it'll, if it has a light, it'll probably light up, and that'll indicate that it's doing what it's supposed to do. But this USB thing alone doesn't have the power to spin up a SATA hard drive. You need the extra power from the power adapter, alright? Believe me, I've tried it with just this, and it does not work. It'll connect, and it'll light up if it has a light on it, but it won't actually spin up the hard drive, and the hard drive needs to spin up before you're going to find anything. So, this one is 1969. That was a good year. My dad was born 1 year before that. What do you know? Even comes with a, are you kidding me? Someone's mowing the goddamn lawn outside immediately as I'm making a video. That's just, they are literally outside the window. That's incredible. Anyway, so here's what you do. Yeah, you get this. It's $20. It has 82% 5 stars for a reason. This thing works. I can confirm. If it doesn't work, send it back. They'll probably send you a different one that does work. All right. So that's what you need to do. And once you get it, it'll be obvious when you actually get it that it's very clear where this plugs in. It's right at the base of the hard drive, and then you stick it in the USB, plug it in with the power cable into your power strip if you have one, and what'll happen is this will appear down here. But when you try to click it, if your hard drive is corrupt, this is what will happen, or your error will probably be different than mine, because I don't know why it's suddenly not the correct error. But it's still an error. Regardless, it's still an error. So, that is where our programs come in. Now, these are the 3 programs I'm going to show you today. Alright, so the first one is PhotoRec, and that comes with a different program called Test Disk. Now, we're going to go to the Test Disk website and figure this nonsense out. Test Disk. So here's the website you're going to go to, alright? Test Disk. cgsecurity.org. So here you are. This is where things are at here. Go straight down here to download. It'll send you to a different page. It'll give you a WinRAR thing. and you save that, and then you install it and all that, and eventually you'll come to this. So here's this lawnmower is actually going to kill me. Like, it's physically going to come into the building and I'm going to die. So test disk is not actually the program that you want to use. The program you want to use is PhotoRec. It comes with test disk if you download it from the website. All right. And when you open up PhotoRec, first off, you obviously need to run it as an administrator. And we're not going to continue the previous session. So, one of the cardinal sins of recovering things off of your hard drives is to have more than one drive in. So my disk drive is in because I'm lazy. So if you want to get the best results, absolutely take out your disk. If you have a USB, stick installed, take that out as well. Just you want it to be down to the one that your computer is running off of, and the one you're trying to recover. Now, I know that it's the WD-10, so we'll just proceed on that. And here we are. So this is what you're going to see first. You're going to want to go to Modify File Options first things first, because if you know exactly what you're looking for on your hard drive, if you want to get some pictures back, you just come down here, find JPEG, there we go, want to recover some pictures, MP3 if you want to recover music, MOV if you want to recover some videos. Other videos you'll have to find with a different file format, but that's okay. Just take your time and find your correct stuff, and then you'll go over to Start File Recovery, the far left option search. Obviously mine's an NTFS, yours might be different, and then you do it from here, and then this is where you'll select your location where that's going to put the file. So obviously I'm going to pick the one that says put shit here, because I feel like shit should be put in the place that says put shit here. I mean, it's just a personal preference. And then you'll press C, and then it immediately starts copying everything that's on the hard drive into that actual file, all right? Now the problem with this is that this takes around 12 hours, 12 to 14 hours, which is way too fucking long. So I'm just going to stop, because I already have examples here. Now, PhotoRec, as the name suggests, is obviously for recovering photos, and it does a great job of recovering photos, as you can see. So you take a look at the directory, it does some Word documents here. I don't see any pictures on this one, but I'll try and find some pictures to show you as an example. Actually, I think I specifically made it not get pictures, so it's not actually going to show pictures, so maybe I won't show you pictures. But like, it'll get you your Word documents here. So we'll try and open one of them, and like a lot of the things on here are just going to be garbled nonsense. It's just going to be stuff that other programs were trying to use. Like, it's 130 pages of just absolute trash. So it's pretty useless. It's pretty much useless. So I'm just going to close out of that. But for a lot of things, if you're someone like me who has all sorts of like videos and stuff on their computer, like, it'll recover something like this. Like, this is probably from, like, I don't know, Rome Total War or something. So as you can see, the file, it opens in place just fine, but as you can see, the file names are completely meaningless to someone outside of the computer. Like this random string of F and numbers, that means everything to your hard drive. That's actually what your hard drive is, what your computer and your operating system actually look at. Like, when you name a file like tacos, like, to you that's tacos, but underneath that it's still this random string of numbers that the hard drive is using to call up the actual file. So to us this is absolutely meaningless, but to the computer it means everything. But yeah, you open up, like, look at that, there's me upside down. There's me when I was 17, putting on a fedora like an absolute champ. So there you have that. Now, with test disks, some of the files will retain their metadata, but some of them won't. As you can see, a lot of these, they're just from the same time that it was actually taken off the hard drive. But some files are actually going to retain their metadata, and like this one, this was, good God, look at that hair. This was recorded in 2013. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was hideous. But anyway. But this is just a mess. Now, test disk is a 100% free software. It's free to use, free to download. So if you have no money, if you're sitting on the streets with a broken hard drive, sitting out of your cardboard box, like, this is the program to use. It's a good program, it'll recover your stuff, but the problem with test disk is that it doesn't necessarily work. Now, I hopefully have some files to demonstrate this problem. So let's sort this by length. Alright, that might... Nope, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. So we'll sort by length. Oh yeah, this will be perfect. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so... the problem with test disk is that if you try and recover some files, good God almighty, sometimes, like, watch this, it goes to the halfway point in the video, and then it jumps to the end and restarts the video. Some data is being lost when you use test disk, which is why you don't necessarily want to use test disk. If you want to recover all of your file information, then you're going to want to use this program, but I'm not going to go on to that program yet. So I think you get the idea with test disk. It's a free solution, it's a quick solution. You don't get any of your information back, but that's okay. We're going to move on to Tsar. So let's say you want your information, you want your metadata, you want to know what files you're looking at, and you have an idea of what you want to get back. That's when Tsar comes in. Now, limited demo version, Tsar is a little bit like WinRAR. So you open up a WinRAR, and WinRAR's thing pops up asking you if you want to buy it. You can just close out of that and continue using it like you want to. So WinRAR is technically free. Tsar is also technically free. So when you open up Tsar, you're going to want to go to data recovery for Windows and Linux. Now this is going to take a while, so I'm going to show you the results. So when you use Tsar, this is what's going to come up. You're going to get, when you recover your files, it's going to put them all in here. As you can see, Tsar actually fully recovers all of your information. Instead of just being absolute nonsense like test disk, just with these words that make no sense and mean nothing to you, well, Tsar actually manages to bring back that file information with you. So let's try and find a video. So as you can see, all the video information is here. Like, it even tells you when the videos were modified. Like you saw before, MP4 files didn't retain their metadata when using test disk. Well, when you use Tsar, it does retain metadata for MP4 files. So if you really are into metadata, and you want to get that stuff back, then download Tsar. Now there are also problems with Tsar, you see, because it's the same issue as test disk. There's no guarantee that your files are going to be back in full. I think there's one of them in here. That's a good example of that. I'm pretty sure this one's broken. So as you can see, this file, it has its metadata, it has its correct name. This one was recovered with Tsar. So let's just move along here, and as you can see, video freezes, jumps to the end. It's missing data. So whenever you open up Tsar, this is what you're going to see. Now, it's, like I said before, it's WD10. So we're going to want to recover from there, and when you press next, this is what it's going to do. It's going to create a volume of everything in your actual disk. This process took 2.5 hours for me, so we're just not going to do this. The good thing about Tsar is that you can save a recovery image. So open up the save file, and there we go. Nice recovery file right there, and it does take a while to reopen the whatchamacallit, so that's a problem with Tsar, is that it takes a long time, but that's fine. It's all okay. Now, there is one thing that I want to mention about Tsar. So here's a file that I recovered with Tsar. So like I said, it'll only recover a certain amount, like there'll be missing pieces, and then it'll just destroy your Windows Media Player. That's annoying. That's really annoying when that happens, but before today, I actually used only Tsar and PhotoRec to recover stuff. It wasn't until like a couple of nights ago that I found Get Data Back. And that's very important. So some files you recover from test disk, and some files that you recover from Tsar, they're going to have different amounts of missing information. I think I deleted a whole bunch of stuff because it annoyed me. And I wish I kept some as an example, but if you recover a certain program, a certain video from test disk, sometimes it'll play up to a certain point. And basically what I'm trying to say is that it'll be different between the two things. Like, if you can't recover in full a file with test disk, that's when you move on to Tsar and try and recover it from there. But if neither program works, that's when you move on to get data back. So this is about ready to go. Oh, by the way, never have more than one file recovery program open at a time. That's a terrible decision. Never do that. So, waiting forever. And as you saw there, you can only recover 4 folders at a time with Tsar. So, now you see you can enter a license key, but you see the problem with Tsar? Well, it's $70. So maybe you don't want to buy it, but when I say that it's technically free like WinRAR, well, whenever you try and recover some files with Tsar, like you just go in, I'll just throw something in just as an example here. I should get something that I know isn't going to work just to show you. Yeah, let's do that. Let's show you something that I know isn't going to work. So let's say I want to recover everything off of my YouTube folder. Like I want this video back right here, and I also want to recover all of my schoolwork, and I want to recover my songs. So there we go. Now we're going to jump over to next. Here's where you'll put in your directory. So my directory for Tsar is right here. Another put shit here. Perfect. Skip existing files because you don't want multiples. That's just extra space being taken up and it doesn't work. So yeah, demo version only allows you to copy 4 folders. Well, here we go. Let's put it in. And now this will take some time. But it immediately pops up in here, so you'll see in a second. There we go. See, there's the video that I'm trying to recover right there. Alright, so it should be done. Yep, it's done. The metadata's here. But we'll try and open it up. And that's when you see the problem. Boom. It's just like all the rest. It freezes, jumps to the end, and restarts. It's not perfect. So, taking stuff off of Tsar isn't perfect, and taking stuff off a test disk isn't perfect. It's a pretty sad state of affairs. Now, while Tsar is technically not free, you just exit out and reopen it. See, it already recovered everything that it could. So it tried recovering the songs, but it didn't get all of the actual folders that we needed here. So you just reopen it, reopen the save state, and everything's good. Well, what if you want to recover the file in full? Now, I have to say as a disclaimer, depending on how bad of state your hard drive is in, you may not recover anything. Okay? Just want to put that out there. Your hard drive is corrupted for a reason. You can't access it for a reason. Alright? It's not letting you access it, and there's a reason behind that. Which means that you may not be able to recover maybe anything. Your hard drive might be that badly messed up. Well, your last resort is Get Data Back. Now, Get Data Back is honestly probably the best program out of all 3. However, you're not allowed to recover anything for free. This is a 100% you must pay for this program. So let's go to let's go to the Get Data Back website. Maybe we'll go to the Get Data Back website. Secure connection failed. Well, that's fantastic news. Alright, I guess we're not going to go to the website. So basically, Get Data Back is $10 extra more than Tsar. It's $80 to buy this program. However, there are still workarounds. So you'll see here, let's just find a picture quick just to make things quicker on us here. Here, let's actually go to, let's get a, what's it called, Photoshop file. That'll be a good example. Photoshop file. Let's get Jake from State Farm's thing. So you go to Jake from State Farm and you want to copy it. Copying is available only in the licensed version. Well, that sucks. But Get Data Back allows you to open files. Now that was their mistake. That was their mistake. Maybe it was intentional. Maybe they just want you to get your shit back. So you see the problem with... So yeah, there you go. This was pulled directly off of the hard drive. Now it's a temp file. It's not actually the real file on your hard drive. It's opened as a temp file in your temp folder here. Yep, Photoshop temp right there. This right here is the file we're looking at right now, and it's a Photoshop file, so it has all the layers, so you can like move them around if you really want to. And then you just go up here, save as, go to your desktop, and we'll just do take that capitalism. Boom. It'll save it, and there you go. The file is recovered. Boom. Just like that. Maybe. Possibly. Or maybe it's not. That'd actually be pretty clever. Pretty clever. If that's... Oh my god, this clunky ass software. Please, open. I'm trying to make a video, damn it. There we go. Alright, there we go. See, I got it eventually. It took a while, but I finally got it. So there you go. That's a file recovered right there. Now you see, and I'm sure you're wondering, but Kamikaze, does it recover videos? Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, it does. So you saw the Tails and Kenny episode that didn't recover properly, or here, this is a better example. So here's the Dave Van recovery file, all right? Jump to there, it doesn't work. Well, I think you know where I'm going with this. Get Data Back recovers, I don't know, I haven't searched deep enough into the actual findings of this program, but every single file that I've tested so far is there in full operating order. Now, Get Data Back, it takes a while for it to open up the file because basically it's pulling the entire file off of the hard drive and holding it in your temp folder, like with the Photoshop file. So if you're just like looking at pictures, like you saved a picture in a certain folder, so if you remember your file directory good enough, you can go to that folder and you can just open up that picture and save it, and it's like lightning quick. But if you're getting a large video file like I'm looking for, it's going to take a long time for it to pull the entire thing off of your hard drive and put it into your temp. But once it does, it's there in full. Now, the only way that you're going to recover it this way, because as you saw before, you still can't copy it without buying a license. So the solution that I've come up with is to just use your Bandicam and just view it like this. So, with every other file attempted to get this one, you jump to the middle, it goes to the end of the video, and stops. This one actually works. Look at that. The entire video in full. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. So, there are workarounds, but the problem with Get Data Back is that it works perfectly. It is the best program to use. But you have to pay to copy the files. Now, as you've seen, there are workarounds. But I recommend actually paying for this program because it's perfect. It actually works. It recovers everything in full. Like, this is the best program that I've found so far. And yeah. So there's a reason that I'm making this video, is because when I was actually trying to figure out a way to recover my hard drive, because if you go back on my channel, I made that video back in May, and it's September now. 4 months. 4 months it's taken me to recover even a single file. Because everything on the internet, when you search up the corrupted hard drive, Corrupted Unreadable. It gives you a bunch of bullshit. Like, what even is that? Like, what is this shit? Partition Wizard. And I've never tried EaseUs because it's a pay-to-play thing. You can't do anything unless you pay for it, and I don't even know if the program works. So don't go there. There's probably like CNET in here somewhere, Tom's Hardware, techguy.org. Well, all of that's trash, and all of these videos are probably trash too. And actually, when the hard drive crashed the first time, I actually took the computer in to get it looked at by professionals. And I paid them $173 to try and fix my computer. And I didn't get a single file back. Not a single picture, not a single stupid little broken-ass Word document. I didn't get anything back. And these guys are fucking professionals, okay? Someone went to college and got a degree in information technology and got hired by a computer repair firm, like a Geek Squad or some shit. And I paid them $173 fucking dollars, and they gave me nothing. Nothing in return. I mean, actually, I say nothing, and the guy did give me like Windows 7 Professional and didn't actually make me upgrade to Windows 10 when he gave me my new hard drive. I still had to pay for the hard drive, obviously, so, you know, I still got Win7, so I guess I didn't get nothing out of it, but still, like, I paid a guy to do, like, what did he do when he was trying to recover the files? Like, did he just plug in the hard drive, go like this? Uh-oh, well, I can't do anything. I guess I'll just sit here and jack off or something. Like, what the fuck? I paid him $173 and got nothing. And with these 3 programs, I got a lot of shit, as you can see. Like, someone got a degree in information technology and doesn't even know this shit exists, apparently. Like, what? What? That's what pisses me off the most. Like, I looked up online, tried to find a whole bunch of things, and, like, I found nothing useful. Like, all of this, I found on my own, okay? Deep searching and shit. Like, I found a few places I mentioned test disk, but, like, it's just the command module, cmd.exe, test disk. They didn't even tell me that a real program called test disk existed out there in the world. So, yeah. And test disk is actually how I managed to find the... what's it called? Tsar and get data back. Like, you go down here, zero assumption recovery is what Tsar is, get data back. I found both of these programs on this page. So basically, if you're going to go to Geek Squad, ask them if they know that zero assumption recovery or get data back exist. And if they say no, get the fuck out of there. Burn the place down, I swear to God. But anyway, yeah. So basically, use PhotoRec if you're poor, use Tsar if you're lazy, and use Get Data Back if you're willing to have the patience to recover file by file. And I mean, if you want to pay for any of these programs, I recommend it. These are working programs. But you can get everything back without paying for it. It's just going to take either time, patience, or all of the above, right? So yeah. Basically, that's my spiel. So hope you enjoyed. I hope this video was helpful. I mean, God knows if I found this video when I was back in May, when I was mourning the loss of my hard drive, you know, that would have helped me out a lot. So I hope I helped someone out with this video. So yeah, basically I recommend Get Data Back or PhotoRec. Tsar is good, but it's, yeah, actually I recommend Tsar more than PhotoRec, honestly. I mean, you need patience with Tsar because it only goes 4 folders at a time. But PhotoRec, you get everything back. It's just a jarbled mess. And it's free. Completely free. Get the data back, you get exactly what you want. So basically, it's just take your pick. Take your pick, depending on your level of patience or affluency. Pretty much. Take your pick. So, this video has gone on for a half an hour. So, hope you enjoyed that. I need to down like 3 bottles of water because my voice is about to go away. Not gonna lie. But But anyway, I hope this helped you. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye!